the challenge in Botswana. And for so many people, especially young people that have graduated, that are roaming the streets trying to find something to do. So when the lubricant and oil company that is Total came up with the Total Start Upper Challenge, you can imagine how many people tried their luck in this competition. Well, when the winners were announced, we were super excited because a young lady did not only make it as the overall winner, but she was also the top female entrepreneur of that competition. Today we have the opportunity of sitting with her to find out what it means being a winner. 200,000 pula richer, and recently having returned from France in Paris as part of her prize. Hi.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, I'm fantastic. I mean, first of all, maybe I ought to allow you to introduce yourself to all the listeners and, of course, the viewers.
Yes, I am 26 years old. I was raised in Makabone.
Okay.
I was born in Kohukunzi, Kohae,
Okay.
which is like 10 k's away from Tsane. I was raised in Makabone. I went to Rainbow throughout my life, which some people proclaim is privileged, but
Okay.
yes. Yeah, I think I don't know, that's me.
Okay, so young lady, 26 years of age, before entering this competition, what have been your views with regards to unemployment in Botswana, especially for graduates? Because I know you also had a challenge finding somewhat of a sport.
Yeah, it was a real challenge, especially when you come out of, you go in a course believing that it has a market. You're being told that this is a need in Botswana, this is what you guys, if you focus on this, you're bound to get a job. And then when you're done, you sit at home for over a year. I still have friends now sitting at home.
Who have graduated and are still at home. Okay.
But let me not, because I want to say they're sitting at home, but we're all trying in our individual respects in terms of business. But then when you look at how small our population is, when it comes to business, it's very hard to succeed because it takes kind of, if you go to Africa, and there are how many people? Billions, I think. I'm not sure.
Okay.
There are millions of people there. If you say 10% of the population likes your product, you're talking about millions. Here, when you say 10% of the population likes your product, we're talking about hundreds of thousands. And in that case, how much of that 10% will actually buy into the product?
Okay.
Yeah.
It's interesting because you're talking about business, but I take it that you went and did an engineering degree. So to a large extent, you didn't study business. So you didn't go to school thinking, I'm going to have to get into the job market as a business person or even as an entrepreneur. But here came a competition and you thought, I'm going to try my luck. How did you manage to essentially take your academics and merge them into a business that spoke to a societal need? Really, I've always established that I'm not going to work forever. Okay.
The purpose of me working was that I gain experience because learning is an everyday thing. And I've realized that once you start something on your own and you don't have the background for it, it usually sometimes collapses or sometimes you're unable to run it the way you should be because you don't have the relevant experience.
Okay.
So I was like, I was going to give myself a year or two to work, gain experience, figure this work thing out, and then move on to doing my own thing.
Okay.
And then, but lo and behold, especially because working was also supposed to build the capital towards being able to work on my own. But then with the industry, with the situation that we're in, I ended up not having like that initial roll up, the perfect dream that you have of graduating, getting a job, doing everything the way you're supposed to do them. And then I was tutoring. Actually, I remember we had this conversation. I was tutoring online tutoring. That's how I came to apply for this competition of that young man's Wi-Fi, because he's an old classmate and he has a company. It's called Lion Tutoring, and he offered me a position like come and tutor, and I'm like, thank you. Like you believed in me when nobody else would, you know, and it helped me on a day-to-day basis.
So with regards to this competition that you tried out, the competition said you needed to submit an idea or a business that essentially spoke to a need in society. So how did you interpret the brief and what did you end up putting forth?
Because this is a project I did in my varsity life, but as a project, and it was, back then I was looking at it in the thermal aspect, but then now I was trying to commercialize it, something that could be done in real life. Because it was a project whereby I was looking at it in terms of, okay, fine, there's a need in our country, and we don't.
And what is this need? Gore motswana a tlhaloganye sentle gore gate tota mme gone OG o dirile eng se se heletseng se dira gone gore a henye competition yone re buela Setswana ke eng so se dirileng
my project is Solar Water Salination.
Okay.
Basically, what our plan is to do with the team I'm planning to build, which is right now currently two people, me and my old classmate.
Okay.
What we plan to do is that we want to go into a rural community, isolated rural community with no access to motlakase or running water.
Okay.
I got itse mahelo a ntseng jalo Botswana sa ntse a le teng. A itseng gore le ha o ka ipalla gore nya Botswana tlhabologile
sa ntse la mahelo a sa tlhabologane.
Why don't we tsena mo community and then ebe itse gore kana Botswana metsi, one, imported water has been banned. Two, we already have a problem of depleting fresh water supply.
Okay.
So we need to look for an alternative.
So taro shotalwa ke metsi ka bokhutswane.
So I would say there's borehole water. There's technology that can be used to clean it up, refine it, and then use it.
Okay.
But then how do we make this project sustainable? And we're like, but we've banned bottled water. So what does that mean for us? That means that we can then further clean it up, bottle it, and sell it. Because we've seen many times when are bottled because people do, I don't know if they don't meet the criteria or there's a shortage. So we're like, let's look into this aspect of it. Let's look into what the market is looking for and move into that. If the water lacks in quality, we find out what the quality problems are and see if we can address them.
Okay. Yes. So essentially that is the project that you put forth which won you the first prize. The first prize is 200,000 pula.
Yes.
Ching ching. Money baby. So what are you going to do with this 200,000 pula?
Obviously, because of my project capacity, it's gonna cost a bit more.
Okay.
But like we said, this is a startup, so it is starting me up. So what I learned but what I learned in Paris is that you don't always have to. It's design thinking. So we're conceptualizing our ideas. Okay, what can you do with no money and zero time? What can you do? I'm like, but I could build a prototype and then maybe develop maybe like a prototype where I can maybe create 10 bottles or 100 bottles of water and then go around maybe in companies and have them taste my water, have them come to that realization of what I have, and then from there
they'll be able to invest into the project.
Yeah, because getting someone to invest on an idea is hard. It was Total was one of the very few people who would
who did that,
which we highly appreciate, but it's not everybody's going to do that. It's quite rare. So what I decided to do is with this money, I'm going to build the prototype, but not with all of it, with a very small amount, as little as I can use. Build that prototype, have me run that water, test it for myself, and also have people test it for me and say, let's invest in this idea. It's going places.
Okay. So a lot of people tend to say, when it comes to the sciences or even just engineering, that seems to be male-dominated industries. What interested you in the sciences for you to end up not only studying energy engineering, but also going on and developing projects and ideas around the same?
With me, I've always found businesses easy.
Okay.
Not in any offensive way, but I never wanted to do something I could do. So I was like, sciences are something that challenged me mentally, so I need to keep intrigued. So I was like, let me see where this takes me. And then I found a love for it. And then originally I wanted to do medicine. That was my...
That's still sciences. That is still sciences, yes.
I wanted to do medicine. And then when I got down to it, I realized, hey, this is not for me.
Yeah,
it's
medicine,
So then I looked into other ventures of sciences because it was still something I had a passion for. Because my friends tried to force me, like, just think about business. I'm like, my heart is with the sciences. So I then went through, and then I found BUSE. Oh, actually, we're the founding students at BUSE. We opened BUSE, we started BUSE. So I went through the BUSE catalog, and I found this course that was called Energy Engineering, and focused on, like, basically energy, what keeps, I was not going to go technical on you, but let me know, like, what keeps everything going. For this table to be standing, it's energy.
It's energy.
So it was something that
I would say design. I would say, yes, I hear you.
Okay, I won't go there. But yes.
Okay.
So generally, everything that operates is off energy. There's nothing that can stand without energy. So yeah, that's why then it came to me like, wow, this is a beautiful thing. And as the years went on, my love became greater and greater and greater. So in final year when I did this project, it was like, wow, this is a situation I have back home, the situation we're facing. We have people still saying, oh, I've seen people post, people complain. So it's a need, and we need to fix it in due time.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, I'm sure a lot of people wonder, just in terms of you being a female and being, like you're saying, the founders of, well, what do I call it? The first class of Boost. I get a
Creme de la creme.
Creme de la creme, yes. A lot of young women are still not taking up the sciences, not only in Botswana, but I think across the world. What advice do you give to young women in taking up the sciences? What is the benefit of them considering studying the sciences?
I honestly believe it's a perception that has been instilled in us from a very tender age. Because I had my niece come to me once with homework, and it was written, like they'd written tasks down below, and you're supposed to segment them into mother, father, brother, sister, you know? And I'm like, this is a child who started at 4, she's already being taught this. So it honestly starts from a point whereby you need to then bring it down to your child that don't let people put you in a box and define you and tell you what you're supposed to be. Because I also worked at Boost as a student enrollment assistant back in my tenure. I'd have students come to our store, maybe go to career fair. Who do you medicine? It's really not the case, because it's more of a situation of it's up to you what you choose to do. It's up to you on let passion guide you.
Okay.
Do it, hate it, leave it. Don't let people dictate to you, hey, this is not a girl's thing. Hey, but you sense, hey, but you not go late machine. Hey, when even what I said, DNT, you know, perception. I really believe
Perception. We're going to leave it there we're going to leave it there and say, let's digest those words and then come back to the conversation.
The winner for the top female entrepreneur is
shared on Facebook and all other social media.
Our priorities as a company, our CSR priorities are exactly the same as the priorities of the government of Botswana.
Well, we continue our conversation with the top female entrepreneur of the year and also the overall winner of the Total Start Upper Challenge. This was a competition that seeks to empower young people that have got ideas that can improve the communities that they're from. And she is a lady that put forth a project that speaks to, I don't know, re rengana o batla go baakanya seemo sa metsi kgotsa le wena o batla go le sa motakase o batla go tsenya letsogo mo dikganyeng tsa motakase le metsi mo Botswana ke sone se leng gore o no a dira khaisanyo yone re ne re bua jalo gone gore bana ba ba setsana gantsi ba na le go tshaba go dira di science e le gone gore ba rutwa gone gore hey go thata kgotsa go tsengwa dilo tse dintse leng gore gongwe ga go nna yalo mme wena wa rialo wa re ga go nna jalo bana ba tsana ba ka kgona gone gore ba tsene into energy, into different types of sciences really, as you have proven. Now going forth, I know obviously your concentration is on the project itself, but going forth, do you see yourself engaging with more younger people to be able to bring them onto the fold?
Yes, that much I really do.
Okay.
This will be done through my NGO, Women in Energy. A part of our mandate as Women in Energy is that we want to have a situation where we have an aspect of us that focuses on promoting women in the field of energy, and not just in energy, obviously in STEM. By putting women into energy, that means we kind of roll out the STEM. So we have to start at a tender age. So we're going to have adoption, because people adopt schools all the time, but I don't see the actual adoption process, because that what the adopting school, but that the fix it, make it look pretty, and then depart.
Okay.
What we want to do is want to ensure that aspects of us, because we're going to have volunteers, stay in these schools and monitor the growth of these children in the STEM field.
Okay.
See how they're doing. Look at like if they're actually growing into it, if they're loving it. If not, what are we doing wrong? Is it just a generic thing? Maybe it's within our DNA as women to just hate sciences.
Sciences,
But let's figure it out first before we go and say leave it alone.
So you just came back from France, which is part of your winnings with regards to this competition. What did you pick up from France? In actual fact, how many young women like yourself were there?
We were supposed to be 55, but we were 53.
Okay.
And
was it all women or it was women and men?
It was all women.
Okay.
It was all women.
Okay.
And then we were put in incubators. Okay. Wow, those incubators were mind-blowing. They encouraged creative thinking. They encouraged you to think outside the box. They taught me how to pitch my idea within 2 minutes. We had a lovely lady who mentors people from TEDx.
Okay.
She was there mentoring us on how to speak, how to act, how to talk during our presentation, and how to reach out to the person that we're talking to, and how to do that. And we went to pitch at crowdfunding platforms.
Okay.
We went to startups. It was a really eye-opening experience.
Okay.
Which I actually thought, wow, okay. Do we have incubators back home? And I'm like, apparently we do. I'm yet to have a conversation.
To be a part of it?
Yeah,
okay.
I'm willing to have a conversation with them and say, okay, we're incubators. Did we benchmark on what's out there? Do we have that support? Because what they do is that whatever your idea is, they bring you with somebody, and you sit down and you discuss your idea, and they give you pointers on how to go about it. They give you a mentor, a coach within that field, and allow you to read your idea in a very conducive environment, because there's no wrong answer with them, which was an amazing thing, because no matter how ridiculous your insight was into your idea, which sometimes, you know, as a young Botswana, but they would encourage that thing, like, no, don't do that. Just give it your best shot. Just give it whatever you have. Like, and that bred so many ideas in me that I'm like, I have to do this when I get
how
home.
long do you think it will take for you to then now take the idea that you have into practice and how long will it take?
I really don't want to give it much of a timeline, because I'm on it right now.
Okay.
So I'm like I said, this is my idea, and I'm building it from scratch. So I don't want to. I want to say within a year. So that's my plan.
Okay.
And I say you say people your plan, they're like, okay, in a year, where's your product? But that's my plan for in a year to be running in at least one village.
Okay.
One village have the system running, have the system ongoing.
Okay.
And everything of that. So within a year, I hope we have a market and have a lot of prototype figures. Like, yeah.
Okay. So for Motswana o ready thing o libileng baka thusa jang kana baka nna le sabe se sentseng jang mo projecting?
In terms of this project, right now, I'm at idea conceptualization, where I'm building my idea. So, go insight of any sort. If you have anything you want me to read, anything you want me to look into, any ideas that could fuel my idea, I would gladly take them. Because I've received a lot of requests via Facebook for support in terms of coming into the communities and assisting. And it made me very emotional when a young man sent me on Facebook sent me a message like, please come to my farm, our animals are dying. And it kind of motivated me to make this work faster, because I'm like, shame, this child is really going through a lot. To inbox me on Facebook, I'm like, just please come to my village, because we're really suffering and our cows are dying and these are our livelihoods. And it was really touching, and I'm like, thank you, gave me the motivation I needed to
do this
push.
Yeah. Okay. Does anyone in the world, I mean, you do a lot of research, you do a lot of reading, has anyone in the world been able to accomplish what you are setting out to do?
Many people have been able to accomplish it at different scales with different technologies. So what the thing is with sciences is that we always try to improve things to make them cheaper and better, right? But many people have done it. I think I've seen it in South Africa, in Cape Town, that are doing it. I think BIH, Botswana Innovation Hub, actually has a similar project. But theirs is on a much more larger research scale. So I'm trying to make it more commercial so that it can work for.
So what are the chances of collaboration? One of the things that gets said a lot about Botswana is that we don't collaborate. What are the opportunities that are there for you to collaborate with others? Should somebody then say, manufacturing whatever to be able to assist? Are you open to collaboration?
Absolutely. I don't believe, you know what the beautiful thing about, I actually with wine as well, Women in Energy, I had actually come up to them and said, you know what guys, there was a fund and they wanted an idea of some similar sort. I'm like, let's pitch this idea as well, because obviously, like, going forward, this is going to benefit Botswana as a whole. It's not about me.
It's not about
I know
you.
it's about money, yes, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, if it can do better, why not? Like, if anybody's willing to come on board and we do it together, I will gladly take any form of collaboration, as long as it's not with greed and the vision to just mess the idea up. Because there's people who come in with an idea of, okay, I like your idea, but let's do it this way. I'm like, once you let people interfere with your dream, then you might find that you deviate from the intended mission. But if you come in with any help, I'm glad and willing to take it.
Okay.
I have no stress.
Well, we can only wish you the best of luck at Voice, woman. Hopefully the next time we sit and have a conversation,
Amen.
and that's how we wrap up our conversation. And I hope that as a young person, you are inspired. Your dreams are legit. Your dreams are legit, and you can do just about anything. She has won herself 200,000 Pula, and in addition continues to receive mentoring and support and coaching for her to be able to make this dream a reality.